How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today I've got for you is the latest League One transfer news. In this video I'm going to be discussing the confirmed deals in League One, also some rumours which could happen and are on the horizon for some clubs. In this video I'm going to be getting my information from the most reliable sources which do report on League One clubs, obviously the local papers, the journalists, etc. So yeah, that is where I am going to be getting my information from for this video. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe down below if you are new. Feel free to leave your thoughts on the transfer in the comment section down below. Also, I'm on the road to 1,200 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, it would mean a lot. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into the first transfer. So then starting off, we are going to be talking about a player which could be closing in on a transfer to Ipswich Town. Obviously, so far they've done some great business. Scott Fraser, Joe Pigott, Wes Burns, and the list goes on. Some great business so far at Portman Road, and they are looking to add to that by bringing in George Edmundson from Rangers. The 23-year-old has been offered a 3-year deal at Portman Road to try and prize him away from Glasgow, according to the Scotland Daily Report. The central man who can play as a defender or in midfield, he was shipped out on loan to Derby last season. Derby are also keen to bring him back to Pride Park, but that is looking rather unlikely with the situation at Derby going on. If I was George Edmundson, I'd choose to go to Ipswich, who are looking much more on the up than Derby, who are looking on the down, to be honest. The player is still contracted with Rangers, and Derby are unable to fork out transfer fee due to their current transfer embargo. So, Ipswich fans, let me know in the comment section, would you like to see George Edmundson playing for you lot next season? Moving on to the second transfer rumour coming from the Sun in Scotland is that Wigan Athletic have joined the race to secure St Mirren midfielder Jamie McGrath this summer. The Latics have submitted an offer of around £300,000, which has been turned down by St Mirren. So it is looking around the £500,000 mark is going to be the price for McGrath to leave St Mirren. I don't know much about him, but apparently he's an attacking midfielder, kind of like a Scott Fraser kind of player, which obviously Wigan were interested in Fraser early on the window. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, Wigan fans, would you want to see Jamie McGrath at the DW Stadium next season? So then moving on to the next transfer, which is another player from St Mirren, which could be joining another club in League One in Rotherham United. Also coming out of the Sun in Scotland is that League One Rotherham United have made an offer of around £100,000 for defender Conor McCarthy. It is believed the Miller's opening offer has been rejected, so the 100k bid has been rejected and they need to up it to around 300,000. The Millers are looking to put in another bid to sweep the defender down to the New York Stadium. So it seems like quite a few players from St Mirren are on the move. Anton Johnson also, like Kerr, players like him, Tanser, looks to be on the move next season. Moving on, a transfer which didn't really shock anyone in the EFL is that Josh Griffiths, who was on loan at Cheltenham last season, who attained 21 clean sheets and a League 2 title with the Robins, has committed a short-term future on loan to Lincoln City. Everyone saw this coming, didn't they? Alex Palmer last season on loan at Lincoln from West Brom, and Josh Griffiths has just followed the footsteps. The England under-21 international looks like a really promising keeper, coming out of the England youth ranks and also the West Brom ranks. Obviously, very impressive, as I mentioned, at Cheltenham last season with attaining 21 clean sheets, just brilliant, and securing promotion. So, looks like a promising keeper to watch out. Moving on, some Lincoln City transfer news. This is news that Lasse Sorensen has joined them from Stoke City after a okay loan spell with the Dons last season. Obviously, Mighty MK Dons had him on loan last season. First half of last season, he looks really good. Obviously, watching all the games, you got to get a great view of the player. But second half of last season, he just wasn't great, to be honest. Let's be honest, the other midfield options took him over, but bringing in Josh McKecker and Andy Sermon, Scott Fraser, Matt O'Reilly, Kasumu, Houghton were all ahead of him, really, so he didn't really get much game time. If you have a look at his game time from the back end of last season, just substitute appearances, really. So Lasse looked like a good player on his day, signing I think it was like a long-term deal as well with Lincoln, so definitely one for the future. Only around 21 years old. I think he's only like 21 currently, so it seems like Michael Appleton is picking up these gems. So then back to some Wigan Athletic news is the news they are interested in Rangers winger Jordan Jones. They're keen on luring the Northern Ireland international back to the Football League this summer after a really good loan spell with Sunderland in the North East. He really impressed at Sunderland, so it seems like he has got the eye of the Wigan owner and Liam Richardson. So I would really like to see Jordan Jones back in the EFL next summer. Obviously, he's really far down the pecking order at Rangers, and he isn't really going to get a look in for the SPFL champions. So it looks like this transfer is really likely going to happen. Moving on to news which all Ox fans are really glad to hear is that the Josh Ruffles replacement is finally here. Steve Seddon joined on a 3-year contract from Birmingham City. Looks like a good signing, this. League One experience with Portsmouth on loan, AFC Women's on loan. He looked already promising at Pompey. So obviously it was a few games back end of last season, starting actually with Birmingham. So Lebo has decided to let him go. He clearly can't see him in his plans anymore. If I was an Oxford fan, I'd be really happy with this. It's a great replacement for Ruffles, in my opinion. Moving on up to Hillsborough is news that Sheffield Wednesday want to bring in Bailey Peacock-Farrell from Burnley. It would cost them around £300,000 just for a 1-year season loan to try and get the Owls promoted straight back to the Championship. According to the Sun, that is how much the Premier League club want before sanctioning a temporary move away from Turf Moor. Having signed for Leeds in 2019, Peacock-Farrell, the shot stopper, has only featured 8 times for Burnley in all competitions, which is very poor for a young keeper who wants to try and impress. Obviously, Leeds, he did quite well actually. They moved him on. Burnley at the time was a step up in his career, around 22 years old, I believe he was at the time. So yeah, Northern Ireland international as well. He's not too bad. He still has that role and also not being a regular keeper. If I was a Wednesday fan, I'd be really happy with this. He looks like a solid keeper, better than the ones they have in their ranks currently. So then, the news which broke a few days ago is that Sunderland have made a 4th bid for Josh Key at Exeter City, worth upwards of £1 million plus add-ons. He looks like a very versatile player. He can play anywhere down the right. He's still only 21. He played 43 times last season and was outstanding apparently. And the source reporting this is Sky Sports, so it happened around 4 days ago, I mentioned. No one heard anything really about the 1st bid, 2nd bid or the 3rd bid, but suddenly the 4th bid came out, and clearly someone at Exeter or Sunderland has leaked it, because yeah, no one knew anything about this. But Key looks like a promising player, as I mentioned. He can play anywhere down the right back or right wing. Yeah, if I was Sunderland fan, I'd be really happy with this. The only thing which I'd be unsure about is a League 2 player coming up from League One, bit young, and inexperienced, a lot of pressure at a massive club like Sunderland as well, so he has to perform quite well. But I reckon he could handle it, if I'm honest. So then the last piece of news I've got for you guys today is that Sunderland are eyeing a move for Tony Gallagher from Liverpool. Spent part of last year's campaign on loan with the MLS side Toronto, where he went on to make 10 appearances for the MLS side in total for the club before returning to Anfield. Sunderland want to get the young defender on loan, but Liverpool are willing to sell him. So apparently he is really highly rated in the Liverpool academy. So this one does shock me a bit, but clearly Klopp wants to move these players on if they aren't going to get in his plan. If I was a Sunderland fan, I'm not sure on this one. Another young player joined the club, but it seems like Lee Johnson loves these kind of players. Obviously, the one coming in from Man City the other week, the 17-year-old defender on a 1-year loan spell. But yeah, that is all the latest League One transfer news. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe down below if you are new. Feel free to leave your thoughts on your club's business so far in the window. And yeah, that is all from me, and I'll catch you next video. I'll see you then.